In our last video, we talked about finding the part of the whole, the percent of the whole, and now we're going to talk about finding the whole. So let's look at the example. 50% of what number is 48? Now, we already recognize that this question is phrased differently than the last video. In the last video, it would have asked, find 50% of 48. Now we're finding out what 50% of what number would be 48. So what we need to remember is when we wanted to find the whole, so this would be the whole, we did the percent and we multiplied that by the whole to find the part. Now we want to find the whole, which means we're going to do it the opposite way. We're going to do the part divided by the percent, okay? And actually our steps, besides the whole dividing part, are going to be the exact same thing. The first thing we need to do is take this 50% and convert that into a fraction or into a decimal. I like to do it as a fraction, but you can also do it as a decimal. We'll do both to show you that you're going to get the same answer. And then you're going to use this here and we're going to divide. All right. So let's try this out. 50%, let's put it out as a fraction first. So we know that 50% is going to be 1/2 written as a fraction. So now we're going to take our part, which here is 48, and we're going to divide. So 48 divided by 1/2 equals our whole. And now you know that when we divide by fractions, we're actually just multiplying the reciprocal. So this is the same as saying 48 times 2. And 48 times 2 is 96. Now, if you want to check your answer, and I do always encourage you to check your answer, we would just go 1/2 times 96, and that should give us 48, and actually it does give us 48. So we know that this is right. Let's look at another example. Remember, we're just doing the opposite of what we'd been doing in our last video to find the whole. Oopsies. Okay. Now let's say 15% of what number is 9? And now I did say I would show you the decimal in the last one and I forgot, so we'll start with a decimal this time. So we already know we're going to take this part and we're going to use it to divide. So we can just right away write division. Now we need to take 15% and write this as a decimal or a fraction, and I said we were going to write it as a decimal this time. So let's do that, 15/100ths. And now we just need to divide to find our answer. So if you want to do long division, you absolutely can. And our answer is going to be 60. If you need a refresher on how to divide decimals, check back at the video for that. I can show you that it is going to be the same as a fraction as well. So we go 9. 15% as a fraction is 3/20. And that's the same as saying 9 times the reciprocal. And we're going to get 180/3. And when we divide that, we are going to get 60. So we got the same answer for a fraction and a decimal. Okay. Now let's do our check. Make sure we're doing it right. So what we would do is we're going to take our decimal. We're going to multiply it by the whole that we got. And we get 9. So yes, our answer was correct.